If you want to paralyze northern cabal in Nigeria, remove subsidy from Hajj. I repeat, if you want to paralyze and decimate northern cabal in Nigeria, remove subsidy from both Hajj and Christian pilgrimage. One of the biggest restructuring that will happen in Nigeria under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration is the removal of subsidy from both Hajj and Christian pilgrimage. Last year, those behind the Hajj pilgrimage threatened Bola Ahmed Tinubu with votes. Any small thing, northern Nigeria don't start to threaten people with votes. Now, Nigerians from the APC were telling the president, remove this subsidy. You don't have to subsidize Hajj. Look at now, 50 billion. Efcc detains Nigeria's NACON Finance Commissioner Director over alleged 50 billion naira fraud. 50 billion naira fraud in 2025 Hajj exercise. The government of the day have to let the subsidy go on Hajj. Nothing can happen. In the past, northern Muslims, northern Nigeria politicians will threaten you that if you remove this subsidy from Hajj, we are not going to vote for you. But now it is not relevant. One of the biggest restructuring that will happen is when they remove this Hajj subsidy. A lot of things are happening in Nigeria today. There is restructuring going on, political restructuring, economic restructuring, geographical restructuring. In northern Nigeria, the Christians are not on the same page with the Muslims. Now, if you remove subsidy from Christian pilgrimage, there will be no such threats. But remove the subsidy from the Hajj exercise, you see a lot of threats, They'll threaten you with votes. But now the things are changing. One of the biggest things you need to do to the northern cabal in Nigeria is that subsidy. That is a kind of using Islam or religion to cage the country. How come somebody is being detained for 50 billion naira Hajj fund? I'm telling you, now if the president now stops it or remove Hajj, everything, they will say it is politics. Thank God it is a Muslim ticket. If they remove this subsidy from the Christian pilgrimage, they will not complain. But remove it from the Muslim. So I am advocating, and I know it's going to happen under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I have told you that there are some things that will happen that I will not say, but I will say this one. They will remove subsidy from Hajj and nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Religion should be your personal exercise. It's just like the Fulani telling the federal government, get us ranches, get us land to feed our cows. That is an exclusive. The Christian community may not mind if government does not fund whatever they are or subsidize whatever they are doing. They may not mind. But if the government stops that subsidy on Hajj, almost all the Muslim community, starting from the core north, now alerting their brothers in the southwest. You know, the Fulani once said that we and the Yorubas have something in common. We have Islam. We are using Islam. We have something in common. We can enter the Yoruba people through Islam. My brother, now religion is a personal exercise. If you are going for Hajj, with what the state Nigeria is today, okay, for example, if Nigeria is restructured or we are practicing regional system of government, what influence will the Sultan of Sokoto have on Nigeria, on other region? If you have regional system of government, you will see that the Hausa themselves, they will fight for their survival. They will not allow all these shenanigans. Because of what Nigeria, people are looting, people are taking advantage of disparity. We say we are united. People are taking advantage of our division to steal money, to rape the country. So, with all these things that are happening, imagine 50 billion, out of 90 billion, 50 billion, somebody is being arrested for pilgrimage. So we have money to put in pilgrimage. Nothing will happen. I did a broadcast and I said, one of the things that Peter Obi, Atiku, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu may not be able to do as a president is try to offend the Muslim community. I tell you, one of the things that they may not, but now I see a clear road, a clear path of where things will be done in a way and manner that it will please God and government. God will please God and government. Now, if you're talking about pilgrimage, it should be a personal thing. And nobody should be afraid of northern. No, nobody. If Tinubu remove the subsidy, nothing will happen. nothing will happen. That restructuring will get into every sector of the both religion, both economy, both agriculture, both every that restructuring has to get there so that everybody will get themselves. Because some parts of the country will say we don't want, most people from southern Nigeria don't want this pilgrimage subsidy. Most people from southern Nigeria, but northern Nigeria will say no. Northern Nigeria conquered by the Fulani, they will say no. We must have this, we must have that. If you don't give us, we will threaten you. We will threaten you. That's what I'm saying. Anywhere you see, say they decimate these Fulani cabals, maybe say they hold Nigeria to ransom. Anywhere you see them, I go camp for there. Anywhere you see, say they restructure Nigeria, now there I go camp. So whatever happens, the government of the day, now here you hear them, the government of the day, I've told them that if you allow Tinubu win that second term, if you allow Tinubu win second term, my brother, that Hajj subsidy, they will remove them and nothing will happen. I said that there are some things that this government is doing, some policies of this government that cannot be reversed by any other government. I know if a northern government enters, they feel reverse this one. But as far as they allow a certain president or in the person of Bola Tinubu to enter power second term, my brother, they go remove Hajj subsidy and they need to scrap it. They need to scrap it. Nigeria is not an Islamic nation. Under Buhari and Babangida, they tried to force us like Nigeria is Islamic. OIC, we are there in OIC, Nigeria register. Look at our currency. You see Arabic, left, right, center, trying to create another impression. So all these religious strongholds, thank God say now Muslim ticket. Shetima, you know say northern Nigeria, they believe say they feel Shetima, tension, Shetima with the frown face like that. Shetima must be a strong man. He was one of the biggest actors during that Chibok kidnap. He was one of the tough guy. If we put him at the back of Tinubu, he will shake Tinubu. They don't say Tinubu now another person entirely. I've told you that you people don't know who Tinubu is. Me, I'm an Igbo boy. I was born and bred in Lagos. I tell you, I grew for secretariat, Alausa. Now there them born me. I had to be going into the secretariat. I love politics. You don't know who Tinubu is. I was there when Mara was head of state. Governor in Lagos State before Tinubu. So I know. Even Olaguso in Ola. So I know how Tinubu came in and was able to penetrate everywhere with us. Chickly, you think say nothing. So they thought that they can use another Islamic fundamentalist as vice president to hold down a Tinubu, and at least is a ticket, Muslim ticket. We can use this to control him. They don't say Tinubu no be waiting and think. It shocked them. That is why an N50 will tell you that I'm sorry, I regret my actions of bringing Tinubu to power. Why? Because you know allowed their plan work. So that Hajj Commission is a stronghold of the Islamic fundamentalist. Is a stronghold. It has to be scrapped. It will be scrapped. Let me tell you. Forget say I tell you say it has to be scrapped. It will be scrapped very soon. EFCC has arrested Finance Commissioner $50 billion. 50 billion naira on Hajj. So where they are using that as a way of looting money. People that are going to pray for Nigeria, going to Hajj, looting money, my brother. That is, man, restructuring. I've said it before. Imagine that Nigeria is not, we have restructured Nigeria. Some of these things that are happening will not tolerate it. Some of these things that people are doing, Fulani will come my village, when they run rampage. Under Buhari, they were gallivanting up and down. If we have restructured Nigeria, which we will, no matter what the northern cabals will do, I told you that coalition is northern coalition. ADC Fulani led northern coalition. You see my headline and what I said. Northern coalition. That coalition is failing now. I don't know how I'm going to advise Obi on that coalition matter, because I know say Obi as it is, so they're not going to give him that ticket. Atiku and co. Atiku. Politicians where they manipulate. That's how they said it is Wike that destroyed PDP. Wike wanted to become president. See Atiku now, ADC now. They have told him, they have spoken to him, let there be a certain whatever. The guy just they look. I will allow, I will support, I will do this and that. What is going to happen now? So as I see it, if they give Peter Obi that presidential candidacy, it will be a miracle, because 2027 it is Southern see, I don't want to know. If we are looking at a north and that is dominated or that is controlled by the Hausas or the Middle Belt, I can agree that yes, we can have competence from anywhere. Anybody can come from anywhere. So far, it is these Fulani people, these Fulani guys. You know, say Nigerians, we are easy to deceive. They can deceive you with, this one is different, that one is different. All of them are loyal to Uthman Danfodio. Shebi, El-Rufai was doing like better person, Efcc minister. He they work, he they do this one. When he enter government, you can't, now that time they can't say this one na religious fanatic, na Islamic jihadist fundamentalist. When power enter their hand, before they enter power, they will do, we are this, one nation. Shebi, when Buhari enter, you see a lot of things he did. Instead of them to go after bandits, they are going after Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igbo. So we know them. So far that northern Nigeria is being dominated by the Fulani. My brother, we don't want to hear anything. We don't want. It is a southern presidency we want. And watch it. It is a southern presidency we are going to get. So whoever that is ready to vote Bola Ahmed Tinubu out, or anybody out, whoever that is ready to vote him out, get ready, because that Hajj commission, that subsidy, for your eyes, they're going to remove up. Now, I want to address another topic. And this one is going to, it will be difficult to address, but however, I will give you my own, what I think of it. There's this young man they call Okon of Lagos. Okon Lagos. He's a comedian and a Nollywood actor. He said that if Igbos decide to sabotage the economy of Lagos, that Lagos cannot do without Igbos. Lagos cannot do without Igbos. Well, I stand to be corrected. I beg to differ on this statement because, number one, there are a lot of indices that has to do with Lagos economy surviving. A lot of indices. And now, if you are somebody that is sustaining an economy, you don't brag about it. You don't chest beat about it. I have said it before. Our Igbo men, when they make small money, they are always bragging left, right, center. But when you go to Forbes list, you see top 10 African or black billionaires. Top 10 black billionaires. You see that no Igbo man is there. Almost every Igbo billionaire, almost, not everyone, almost, they are made by their counterparts of the Fulani or the Hausa or the Yoruba. Tinubu made a lot of billionaires in Igbo land. Buhari, Babangida made a lot of billionaires in Igbo land. This is not a time that we need to come. Nobody sent Okon of Lagos message. When they talk, say, if Igbo decide to sabotage the economy and blah, 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 Igbos are the stronghold. We understand where he's driving. But those chest beating would make people decide to plan against you. I'm telling you. You see, I think it's Ladipo, that plaza in Ladipo, that Igbo people took over the committee. I wanted to, so the Yoruba people now decided to take over. Till today, now Yoruba day for committee where plaza will be saying na Igbo fool, now Yoruba committee. Because of all this chest beating. The chairman then wanted to do one or two things. They can't go Abuja. They can't straight go Abuja with all the chest beating. We don't need chest beating. The Igbos need to go back home and build their state, build a region. That is what we are looking at. If you're an Igbo big man and you are not looking at how you're going to see, there's one thing very important for your people. Before we lose it, I'm telling you, I don't know whether it is the effect of the war that is making us. Before the war, Igbos were intellectuals. We're not like businessmen as it were. We were intellectuals. We occupied the government. Most of the position, you see the Ahmad Bello, he was complaining that an Igbo man will enter the service and they will take all the jobs, they will enter a factory and they will take all the jobs, they will enter this, and the Igbos were holding the system then. Before the plan to sabotage all of them and remove them from power. And this one, you are coming to Lagos and you are chest beating. Don't you know that there's a plan? There's a plan. See, Tunde Bakare, pastor of the Latter Rain Assembly, said something that he went to a meeting. Some old men, long time ago, this one will be 2003, where they way back up to don't get to another level. Long time ago, some men were in a meeting, were planning to make sure that they decimate, they sabotage the Igbos in Lagos. And somebody is coming here to do chest beating. I'm not interested in chest beating. Igbos have an important role to play in Nigeria. It is never. If the Igbos, Nigeria as an entity is gone. That is why I don't care what happens, whether the Igbos are there or not. Nigeria as an entity is gone. Nigeria as an entity does not like the Igbo man. Or does not like what he's doing or what they think that he's doing. They don't like, they are threatened by his presence or whatever. But that doesn't mean that we as Igbo man will start bragging. We have a lot of people that are doing well all over the world. But it is not time to brag. It is time to come together and build. Look at the Southwest politicians. They are not bragging. They are not doing anything. But they are in power. They have positioned themselves left, right, center all over Nigeria. Because they stoop to conquer. They were patient enough to grab power. And they are doing it. Now, if Nigeria share their property now, Yoruba has a lot that they have gained from Nigeria. Not be Nigeria build the Southwest. Maybe you see how many trillions of naira that federal government has invested in Lagos and some other places in the Southwest. You see, because some of my brothers from Yoruba land will tell us that Lagos was Lagos then, but for you to make Lagos updated to this current century that we are in, you need a lot of funds. So Nigeria is still building Lagos. So they will not say anything. They will not brag about it. But why would such a comment? Because, see, Nigeria will be restructured very soon. And if Nigeria is restructured, what would the Southeast gain from Nigeria? It is only Southeast that all Southeast region, they cut. They remove the oil producing areas, put one side, carry the other one, put one side. From the other side, remove Akwa Ibom, Calabar and everything. They deliberately had to make sure that the Igbos are not influential. If we are in that condition and want to build, we don't build by making mouth. Some people have said in the past, Lagos is no man's land. Lagos is no man's land. Now in Lagos, if you are looking for a house, as an Igbo person, it will be difficult for you to look for a house. And the people that are saying Lagos is no man's land, they will be complaining. I asked a question. I was looking for, at a point in time, Igbo. I will enter there, I will tell them, say, my name is Christian Chuku. I'm an Igbo person. They will say, no, I will go. I will not complain. But I've seen some Igbo people, they are complaining bitterly that when we go to look for a house, see, if you are chest beating, you don't you think that the Igbos can be replaced? Or they can reduce their influence in Lagos? With all this chest beating, Igbos sabotage nothing. Igbos need Nigeria, and Igbos are helping Nigeria, and Nigeria are helping Igbos. I'm telling you. But if you take Igbo out of the situation, a lot of things will happen to Nigeria. For instance, now the Igbos are calling for Biafra, give us Biafra. And Nigerians are saying, go back to Anambra, but you can't let you leave Nigeria. We can't let you give you Biafra. Some people are saying so. They know of a sure that if Igbos leave Nigeria, Nigeria is finished. I'm not bragging about that. That is the reality. For instance, now, Chebi Buhari said, dot in a circle. We have five eastern states, Abi. Maybe the sixth one will be Anioma and everything. Dot in a circle. That dot in a circle, if they give them Biafra, do you think that the Ijos will want to stay in Nigeria? Do you think that the Yorubas will want to stay in Nigeria? Do you think that the TV and all other people want to stay in Nigeria? Now that's why you go to say they get their own country. Do you think that they will not leave the Fulani? The Hausas will not fight Fulani and chase them off when Nigeria. So they know that anything that makes Igbos leave Nigeria, anything that makes the Igbos leave Nigeria, Nigeria is gone for it. That's the reason. But chest beating, it is not it. Igbos would not and cannot. If Igbos sabotage Nigeria, how would they benefit? Because Nigeria benefits them, they benefit Nigeria. It is mutual. So don't be bragging that we will sabotage Nigeria, whereby you are benefiting from Nigeria. It doesn't say so. I have seen so many Igbo billionaire misroad. All they know is to chop okpa, drink wine, drink palm wine, drink beer, and build one house. Come they design them. They flex up and down. They join occultic movement. They join up and down. They collect chieftaincy title and everything. They are not adding any value to the Igbo race, the Igbo land. There's nothing like posterity in their own dictionary. They're just money misroad. You see some Yoruba billionaires, they will be encouraging producers to do a production that tell their history. See Oba Jide festival. You see every festival, Igbo and Yoruba festivals. I think yesterday, I think Wednesday, today is Isheshe in Lagos. The government of the day support. What are the Southeasterners doing? All this chest beating does not help anybody. It's just like making man left, right, center. My brother, I've told you that if Nigeria share their property, Igbo will carry last. And I've told you before that you see the Yorubas, they may be the first people to leave Nigeria. If you don't take time, they may be the first elements to leave Nigeria. So all these things that the Okon is saying, when you look at the reactions, you understand that a lot of people, we Igbos sometimes, most people are lost. Most people are lost, I tell you. Most people are lost. I tell you, a lot of people, the kind of Igbos we have today, I don't know, the kind of family background, the kind of history, the kind of experiences they have had, has taken a lot of things from them. The Igbos I used to read about those days, the Igbos, it's like the war made a lot of changes in the life of the Igbo man. The civil war, changed a lot of things, and it's very, very unfortunate. What I can say is that we are not deciding to sabotage anything. The only people that are saying it are just people that don't understand. Like the same people that say Lagos is no man's land. If you check those people, they don't have house in Lagos, they don't have investment in Lagos. They're just on the streets making all sort of noise. So it is not from the Igbos. We are not sabotaging anywhere. We are good neighbors. We go to a place, we contribute to development, and this is what we are. So don't let anybody start representing us as we are this and that. Because as you are doing so, they'll be looking at you, okay, this one they show himself. They show himself. Top businesses in Nigeria, na Yoruba get them. Tech, top tech in Nigeria, na Yoruba get them. And you know what tech is bringing millions of dollars. Somebody will say Onitsha men, there's some Onitsha men that is richer than Dangote. My brother, go and build refinery, Dangote refinery. I understand what is going on. We understand that it is a shareholding. Go and have what Dangote has and understand what is going on. So we are not in that category. May God help Nigerians.